What's up, Chuck E. Cheese Ranch? You're doing a real fine job, Chuck E. Cheese Ranch. All right, what's up, people? Oh, shit, we're already up to 16, 18. This account is growing. I guess Instagram blocking me from going on live on my other account as Wolfpack Eric. Instagram banning me from going live on my other account's been the best thing ever for this account. Big J checking in from Florida. I'm outside the Planet Fitness in Charlotte, North Carolina, about to get a workout in. Having a chicken shake. Cum stains galore. Mac from Toronto, try and say things that are useful to the group. I know you have issues, but bro, come on. Oh, there's Kim's alternate account is here. I didn't know Kim had a troll account. What is the name of it? Kim's more than welcome here. K Fitness 324. Kim aligned with Dale. She's not hot anymore. Well, she's still hot. Just the fact that she aligned herself with Dale Chance just brings her integrity into question. But Hamburg did the same thing. I really don't need to talk about Hamburg anymore. I think I've gone over that and beaten it like a dead horse. I'll tell you what. I really feel bad for Adam McLeod because I told Adam yesterday, Adam's begging me to try and make up with Hamburg, and I fucking laughed at him. I said, hell no, he's your problem now. Imagine how many messages Adam McLeod gets a day from Hamburg, and half of them are like this, holding a Monster Energy. Just pretend this is a Monster Energy drink, and this is Hamburg. I bet you Adam gets 2 or 3 of those a day. Hamburg is not married. Whoever just said Hamburg is a married man is incorrect. Hamburg never married the wife of his children. And she's a wonderful girl. I really like Hamburg's wife. I got no problem with Hamburg's wife. I think she's delightful. Very cute, too. How did you celebrate Women's Day, Jay? I drank 440s of Colt 45 and smoked a pack of menthols and used a fat girl I had tied up in the sleeper cab's tits as my ashtray. I think Kim intentionally likes to be good friends with married men. Nothing wrong with that. No. No, you're allowed to have friends of the opposite sex. There's nothing wrong with that. Hey, Tom Taselis, what's up? Tom, did you try and call me the other day? I got a fucking 2 strange phone calls in a row, and I looked up the area code, and they both came from the Montreal area code. And you're about the only person I know that lives in Montreal. Hey, Dale Chance Fan Club. What's up, my man? Excellent work you're doing. Keep up the good work. I've tried to promote your account as much as I can. I think that one day that I posted a screenshot of your account, I got you like 50 followers right away. Oh, Urban Cowboy is in here? I like Urban Cowboy. He's a good guy. Kind of a weirdo, but a good guy. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Just some people are weird, and you can like weird people. When you say someone's weird, it's not an insult. Some people are just different. Different strokes for different folks. I could see Hamburg being a cuck for a few beers. I think Hamburg's got money to buy his own beers. I think he would cuck willingly. That's right, Urban Farmer. You're not a cookie cutter. I question your judgment, though. Flying to the fucking Philippines. I don't care what precautions you take. You might not be allowed back in the goddamn country. What's up, Infamous Bob? You fucking traitor. You sell out. You cocksucker. Kicking you out of the private chat, Infamous Bob. You're all done. Done with you, bro. Different licks for different chicks. Jared had another mental breakdown and blocked everyone. God damn it, he was doing so well, too. He almost was behaving, was that last night or the night before? Like he had got on some mood stabilizers. He seemed completely different. Hamburg versus Gorilla Juice. What's up, Count Dante? I think you're Gorilla Juice, Count Dante. But you're welcome here anyway. This is my public account. Jared is bipolar, unfortunately. I don't know. I'm not a goddamn psychiatrist. I've got a worthless 4-year degree in social studies, which makes me qualified basically to do nothing. And so I don't know much about bipolar. I thought Jared was like a high-functioning autistic, like maybe Asperger's. Speaking of Asperger's, that video Dale Chance did of throwing fucking wads of money on the floor of his car or his truck, saying Dale Chance cashes $20,000 checks. Dude, can we all agree that's something Genova would do? Estelle Mega, bro. Is that really your picture, Estelle? If so, I'd like to meet up one time. Jared needs to stop fingering that sore or it will look like Lenny's shins. Why? I wonder why he has that. Does he have to wear a hard hat at work? What the hell happened? Dale was on his way to pay Cornelius. Cornelius told me he doesn't charge Dale anymore. They're friends. So Cornelius writes Dale's workouts and his meal plans for free. Which I probably believe. Cornelius seems to be a stand-up guy. I like Cornelius. Cornelius blocked me again. He can be a thin-skinned Euro homo. But he usually comes around and realizes Jay wasn't causing him any harm. Cornelius wears fucking designer jeans like a Euro homo. And I'm sure he watches soccer. It's about the only thing I have against him. Cornelius hates equipoise. How could you hate equipoise? I don't want to turn the subject to talking about gear, because we're having a good talk right now. But the reason I like equipoise, equipoise can be added to any cycle. Whether you're bulking or cutting, someone tell me why you can't have a couple of cc's of equipoise thrown in that cycle. Jay, I need the 5-star meal plan. Cornelius says equipoise is useless. Well, equipoise is very, very slow acting. I mean, the undecyclinate ester that's attached to the boldenone molecule is the slowest releasing ester I think there is in the fucking anabolic community. I mean, a 10-week cycle of equipoise almost isn't enough. Most experts say you need 16-week equipoise cycles. And why is that a bad thing? People talk about that being a negative. Let me just run something by you how that could be a positive. Let's say you're doing a cycle and you kickstart it with orals and you're running like test and DECA or test and tren or test and primobolan, and you run that cycle for 10 weeks. And you're running, EQ in the background. Like, let's just say for those 10 weeks, you're running 1 cc of equipoise a week. Just in the background, just 1 cc of equipoise in with your cycle, just so it's already in your system. And then at 10 weeks, you go off your injectable, and I hope you've been off your orals for at least a month, because orals should only be run a maximum of 6 weeks. So at 10 weeks, your main cycle is over, right? But you're going to run the equipoise for an additional 6 weeks. That's like a nice soft landing. Like the gains you made those first 10 weeks on the DECA or the tren or the primo, if you stay on EQ for an additional 6 weeks, that's going to help you hold those gains. So there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, is Kian in here? I missed her. She's so pretty. I see K Fitness 324 just called her Kiana. I thought that was her name too at first, but if you look at her name, it's really Kian, I believe. We can call her Kiana. She's a veteran. She's a fucking horse. And I don't mean a horse like big and fat. I mean a horse like a worker. What state you in, Jay? I'm in North Carolina. I'm outside the Planet Fitness in Charlotte. I'm never going to give you guys my real location. Big J, where are you dropping your load right now? In your mother's rectum, I hope. I'm not getting into details, especially since people are, threatening to go after my job and my mom's Facebook and all sorts of shit. The less you guys know about the location of my truck, the better. Horse wasn't the right word for her. I see, the reason I called her a horse is I wanted to call her a bitch horse. And that's not a bad term. Like, if you say someone is a bitch horse, that means they're like a stud, like a hard worker, someone who gets the job done. They're a bitch horse. But I'm thinking, God, she's a female. That's not really the right word. So I just kind of got all mouth jumbled right there. But she gets it. Count Dante. Thanks, Mom. Yeah, my mom is not very technically in tune with things. I think her Facebook is fucking public. So, all right, Kian. So I'll just say it the way I was gonna say it. You're a bitch horse. Now I don't have to mix words. You're a bitch horse. You can put on a fucking 32-pound rucksack and go for a 16-mile fucking march, I'm sure. Bitch horse is mean. No, it's not. Not from my generation. Bitch horse is a compliment. Like, I'm trying to think of a great way to use it. Like the great running back of the Dallas Cowboys, Emmitt Smith, was a bitch horse. You give the ball to Emmitt, you know you're going to get the job done. He's a bitch horse. It's a compliment. Yeah, it's like calling someone a diesel, calling him a bitch horse. Veteran housewife, that's it. Yeah, but dude, I envy veterans. I wish I would have gone in the goddamn military. Don't call her stolen valor. I don't think that's true. So don't throw words like that around. Stolen valor gets people beat up. Ha, Tom, nice pic of my bitch horse, Patty. Tom, people on here don't know that your girlfriend, Patty, used to be fucking famous. Damn, we're up to 38 people and it's the middle of the day. So I'm off work for the entire fucking day. Listen to this shit. I picked up a load yesterday, and yesterday I believe was the 9th. And I get to my delivery this morning in Charlotte, and Charlotte, North Carolina. And the security guard can't find my my delivery number. You know, we got like a number, like, you know, for your appointment number. Oh, so anyway, I call our dispatcher. I'm like, yeah, the security guard can't find us. Blah blah blah. I thought my appointment was 11 o'clock. Security guard winds up calling me because I left my cell phone with him and I went back to my truck. He winds up calling me. He's like, hey, that appointment number you gave me was for the 8th. I'm like, well, that's weird because I didn't pick up the load till yesterday. K Fitness 324, you're not blocked. I just removed you from my friends. That's all. You're not blocked. Send me a message. If you're blocked, you won't be able to send me a message. So what? Anyway, so I wound up. Once I knew I didn't have an appointment, I fucking left the facility and went to the nearest truck stop in Charlotte, North Carolina, and waited to hear back from everybody, this and that. And finally, my dispatcher calls and he's like, "You want the bad news or the worst news?" I'm like, "Well, I can already bet what the bad news is. My appointment's not till tomorrow morning." He's like, "Yep, 6 a.m., bro." But here's the good news. Because I showed up on time and I have proof that the paperwork they gave me was for an 11 a.m. appointment, I'm going to get paid. What's it called? Detention pay isn't the right word. I guess it's layover pay. Layover pay. Yeah, I'm going to basically get paid a nominal hourly rate. Trust me, it's not much. It's not very good. But I'm going to get paid from 11 a.m. when I thought my appointment was, till 6 a.m. tomorrow morning when the new appointment is. So sitting here live with you people, I'm actually making money. Get drunk and eat diner food. Hey, David Marino, 84. What's up, Holmes? Some of you young people probably don't know what Holmes is. What's up, Holmes? Yeah, back in the day, like the 80s, before it was homey, it was Holmes. What's up, Holmes? Just needs OnlyFans. You're a certified Instagram influencer. I'm hoping I can influence the election. I hope I want everybody to get out and vote fucking not only Trump, but I want to make sure you vote for the Republican for House of Representatives and the Republican senator in your fucking area. Not only do I want to keep the White House, I want to keep control of the Senate, and I want to fire Nancy Pelosi. Big Lenny's steak pan. I think Big Lenny's steak pan is in storage. Lenny put all his shit in storage. And I'll tell you what, because Brad's got to go get the squat rack that I gave Lenny out of storage for the garage. Lenny's wasting money on storage. I've had storage many times in my life. And usually, by the time you go get that shit out of storage, you've spent so much money on storage, you wish you would have just thrown all that shit in the dumpster. I mean, you guys have seen the videos from Lenny's old place. What did Lenny have that he needed to keep? That TV, that flat screen TV I gave him, that recliner I gave him. What else did he have? That squat rack that he's given to Brad. Bernie is your only honest politician. Right. I agree with that. But Bernie doesn't belong in the Democratic Party. Bernie's so honest, he admits to being a socialist. Well, get the fuck out of the Democratic Party and go join the Socialist Party, you cocksucker. PJ needs to let you drive his car before he's locked up. For one thing, the car that I want to drive is PJ's dad's car. PJ's dad drives the Hellcat. And I don't know if PJ's going to get locked up. Did he get sentenced? Most of the time in federal cases, federal courts, they want their pound of flesh, and if they can get it out of with a fine, they're good with that. So we'll see. I really don't know anything about PJ's case. I don't want to talk about it. I support brother PJ. I think he's a really good guy. When I was trolling PJ back in the day, 2-3 years ago or more, that was all over Diana Maybrook, if you guys remember. And my good friend Adam McLeod has taken over with the trolling of Diana Maybrook and taken it to a whole new level. And Chris Bra is doing a damn good job with trolling Diana Maybrook. PJ is feeling cute. I don't care what Bernie calls himself. I support social programs too, like Social Security, Medicare. We need that shit for our senior citizens. Not everybody has a retirement. So the fact that we are such a wealthy country and we can afford to have Social Security and Medicare for our seniors, that's a good thing. I don't want to get rid of Medicare or Social Security, but that's enough socialism. You know what I want to get rid of? I want to get rid of these programs that entitle these entitlements that let women who have children out of wedlock live like I don't want to say wealthy, but live like they didn't make a mistake. If you have some kids out of wedlock, you don't deserve to get government subsidies that keep you equal with the rest of society. You should suffer a little bit. If we let single moms suffer a little bit, maybe more women would think about not getting knocked up out of wedlock. So let's get rid of Section 8 housing. Let's get rid of fucking WIC. Let's get rid of Aid to Dependent Children, ADC. Let's get rid of that shit. If we keep subsidizing single moms, the marriage and divorce rates are going to keep going down. Are you worried about Kyle Brown? Is he that kid that challenged me at the bench contest? No, not. Why would I be worried about him? It's a goddamn bench contest. What do you mean worried? This isn't Vietnam. It's a goddamn bench contest. Don't be stupid. What do you mean worried? Worried. Ooh, I'm so worried. I'm stressed. I'm scared. No. He's a young, I don't know how old he is. I call him a young kid because I'm 51. So most of you punks are young to me. He's just a little misguided and wants to trash talk. Let him have some fucking fun. The guy's built like a brick shit house. He's a fucking power lifter, and I think he's got a better physique than Dale Chance. Who would win in a bodybuilding contest? Kyle Brown or Dale Chance? Any of you guys that are good with side-by-side photos that want to send me something to post, give me a side-by-side comparison of Kyle Brown, who's a power lifter, and Dale Chance. And I'll post it, and we'll let everybody else decide. They're about the same height. Kyle Brown is short. But no, that kid's a stud. He fucking put up 490 at that bench meet in Boynton Beach. And he competes in the 220 weight class. The only reason him and I were going head to head is there's only 3 weight classes at that powerlifting meet. That was a charity fundraiser for a member that had passed away. So there was lightweight, middleweight, and heavyweight. So, he was 220 pounds competing in the heavyweights against big lard fucks like me. So, I'm not worried about Kyle Brown. I've exchanged some DMs with him, and I don't give 2 fucks if that guy winds up beating me. I'm just going to bring, here's the difference between me and Dale Chance. I'm going to bring the best J Masters to the contest I can. I'm not going to worry about other people. And then on that, that's all I'm going to worry about, is bringing the best J Masters to the bench meet. And then, and only then, will I worry about the competition. That game day is when you put on your game face, and to quote the great Jets coach, New York Jets coach, Herm Edwards, you play to win the game. I'm not going to worry about Kyle Brown. I'm going to worry about Jay Masters. And then, once I get there on that particular day, I'll play to win the game. And if I don't win the game, I don't win the game, but I played to win the game. Not like Dale Chance, where he played to beat Lenny, and he wound up getting third place. See the difference? You play to win the game. You don't play to beat other people. You bring the best you got, no matter what it takes. Whether you got to bulk up, cut weight, doesn't matter. Bring the best you got. And then, and only then, on game day, do you worry about the competition. You don't worry about the competition in your prep. Like, say you're a defensive back, and back in the day, you're going up against the 49ers and Jerry Rice in his fucking prime. Are you worried all week in practice that you got to cover the great Jerry Rice? No. All you're going to do is work on being the best you can be all week. And then on game day, you play to win the fucking game. You don't worry about your competition. Are you kidding me? Yeah, some of you guys don't have a fucking clue about competition because you grew up in this goddamn everybody gets a trophy fucking generation. My hair, that chick fucked my hair up. Yeah, so I exchanged some messages with Kyle. I was telling him that if he can do 500 at 220, he's the fucking man. I don't care if I do 510 at 308. See, at this meet in June, him and I are going to be in different weight classes. He'll be in the 220, and I'll be in the 308 if my fat ass can diet. Otherwise, I'll be in the super heavyweight if I can't make 308. And I was telling him that at 242, you'd be a fucking monster. And he told me he just doesn't have the appetite to ever get to 242. But he'll get to 220. And I'll tell you what, at 220, he looks better than Dale. Guaranteed. Fuck trophies. It's all about pride. Win at all costs. Die if you need to. I don't know about die if you need to. This isn't, like I said, this isn't Vietnam. It's got a fucking silly fucking contest. Now, the cool thing about powerlifting is you don't have to suffer with that faggot diet and covering yourself in fucking oil and putting on a Speedo and prancing around stage like a homosexual. See, in powerlifting, if you don't win, fuck it. It's not like I suffered much. In bodybuilding, when you get your ass kicked, you went through that horrible diet, you suffered, you covered yourself in oil, you pranced around stage like a fucking fairy in a Speedo. I mean, that's bad. Do you ever consider dyeing your hair like Joe Piataro? You listen here, Joe Piataro. I want an apology. I got kids. Joseph Piataro. Yeah, did you guys see Dale's GoFundMe for after his accident that they did for Cheryl? You know, I never knew about that. I remember after my accident, or my injury, it wasn't an accident, it was an injury, and Andrew set up the GoFundMe for me, Dale made a fucking video. Jay, you need a GoFundMe? You know, a man is supposed to work and provide for his family, and that's what a man is, Jay. Anybody remember that Dale Chance video where he criticized me for having a GoFundMe, talking about what a man he was, providing for his family? Now, years later, the secret GoFundMe for Cheryl Chance while Dale was fucking unconscious in the hospital is out there. Dale is so unequipped psychologically, emotionally, mentally, his education level, to battle fucking anybody on the internet. Dale should just humble up and be quiet. Ugh. But in bodybuilding, you don't need a spotter straddling you from behind saying, you got this. Do you guys remember my bench press video? Lenny almost fell down after he stepped away. Cheryl used the money for some good cock while Dale was out. Huh. Dale is rich. I don't know. Dale, from what I understand, Dale makes a pretty damn good salary. I don't think he's lying when he says he makes six figures. That's good money for a fucking high school dropout fucking hillbilly. So, why doesn't he just shut his mouth? Cheryl is still a virgin. Dane Veldon, what's up, brother? Jay is rich. No, I'm far from rich. But I live pretty damn good for a guy who was pretty much penniless 3 months ago. Living with my mommy. Nothing wrong with living with family. If one of you guys suffered a catastrophic injury and had to stay with your folks for a bit till you got back on your feet, how would you feel if Big J attacked you? You wouldn't feel very good about it, would you? So, nothing wrong with falling back on family. The only people who attack people that fall back on family are people that don't have family to fall back on. Think about that for a second. And that's not necessarily even true. You know, a lot of people that may be estranged from their family, that wish they had family, they don't talk shit either. There's nothing ever wrong with falling back on family. Your mom was hot in her heyday, I heard. Oh. Well, my mom was only 18 when she had me. My mom was 36 when I was a senior in high school. It wasn't very fun. Urban farmer in 1987. Feel pretty terrible because I'm in that situation. Hold on, urban cowboy. You're staying with your family and you're engaged to a Filipino that you want to bring over to this country. What the fuck? I'm not making fun of you for being in a bad situation, staying with your family, but why do you got to be such a weirdo and have a Filipino for a girlfriend? Why don't you, if you're staying with your folks or staying with family till you get back on your feet, why don't you find a girl that lives down the street? Ding, 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 ding. You don't need no $1,000 plane ticket to go get some fucking Japanese pussy. You know, find some girl that works down at the fucking local 7-Eleven to get your dick wet. Oh. Thinking of doing 800 a week. It's probably underdosed. Most T400 is probably more like T300. It's a safe assumption. I don't think, like, I've seen Deca 500, EQ 500, and unless you take that shit to a lab and show me the goddamn results, I'm just going to assume it's Deca 300 and EQ 300. It's pretty hard to get more than 300 milligrams in a milliliter of oil. Now, there are ways to do it. Some of these underground labs can use special solvents and produce super saturated solutions. You look homeless with that hair, Jay. I know. I'm embarrassed of my haircut. I went to fucking Supercuts, and this chick was so stupid. I think she must have just got her license to cut hair. I mean, look what she did to me, for Christ's sakes. She didn't even blend it. Idiot. Yeah, so beware of anything labeled over 300. It doesn't mean it's fake. It just means they're marketing it with a big number, you know. Like the Test 400 that I get, good stuff. Real good stuff. Do I think it's really 400 milligrams per milliliter? Yeah, probably not. I've never had it tested, but I've been doing it for at least 4 years. It's good stuff. I know it works. I know it's real. Yeah. Update on Nate and Livia and Big Rob. I don't care about Nate and Livia. I don't know anything about Nate and Livia. Update on Big Rob. Big Rob is a moron. Big Rob needs to get back in the piss because he provided mints. So anything you guys can do to lure Big Rob out of hiding, tell him that Big Brad Wolf called him a pussy. Tell him that Jason said he's a scam artist. Tell him fucking Nate wants to fight him, and Big Lenny wants to fuck him in the ass. I don't care. Lie to Big Rob. Just get Big Rob back in the piss. Hurricane High Gravity is a good beer. Big J, what's the last time you went target shooting? I'm not even going to admit to that question because I'm ashamed of myself. But I'll tell you what, if you've owned a gun a long time, like my Ruger Red Hawk 44 Magnum with the 9 3/4 inch barrel, I bought that gun in the like 1994. Why do I want to wear that gun out running a bunch of rounds down the barrel? I don't. I shot it enough when I bought it. I'm good with it. I've killed things with it. I know I can hit a target with it. Same thing with my Glocks. Why do I want to wear them out? But no, you do need to get to the range. I'm looking to buy another gun. I think my next gun, I'm going to buy a little 5-shot revolver with a shrouded hammer. A little teeny snub-nosed 5-shot with a shrouded hammer in .357. A little teeny pocket gun in .357 Magnum to Ruger GP 101. .357 Magnum. 5-shot. To match my big-ass 44 Magnum with the 9 3/4 inch barrel. I want to get a little teeny .357 that I can carry in my pocket. Do the Mel Chauncey haircut? That'd be sweet. Joe Biden is too stupid to want to take your guns. I don't know why he appointed that Beto O'Rourke. That was a big mistake. I got 2 Glocks. I got a Glock 17 and 9mm and a Glock 21 and 45. And my Glock 21 and 45 auto, I would have sex with that gun if I could. I love my Glock 45. Oh, I look at that gun, I hold that gun, and I would marry that gun if I could. There's nothing like a good 45. Save the hair, GoFundMe. Raise my face above the text. How about that? Do you want me to look sexy? Glocks are made in Austria. Best puppies. Boomers love 45s. Absolutely. And I'll tell you why. If you read the report done by the FBI, 45s have the best percentage for one shot stopping power. Many people have been attacked with. They studied how many times people had to shoot a perpetrator to put them down, and the 45 auto was the best, it rated the highest at one shot. Jay, have you ever fired a 10 millimeter? No, but I've seen those 10 millimeter Glocks when they first came out. They look sweet. I heard Glock is coming out with a 22. Where are you going to get bullets for a 10 millimeter? Now, I don't believe in zombies, but just let's use this as an example of how you should choose your weapon. If we were in a zombie apocalypse, you want to be able to kill people and take their ammo and have it fit in your gun. So what are going to be the most popular calibers? 9mm, 45, 357, and 44 Magnum. Period. I mean, what good is a 10 millimeter if we're in the middle of a zombie apocalypse and you can't find any bullets? And trust me, I don't believe in a zombie apocalypse. I'm just using that as an example. Like, if I was all about firepower, I would trade in both my Glock 9 and my Glock 45 for a Glock 40. 40 Smith & Wesson, fucking, that bullet kicks fucking ass. Outperforms the 45 and the fucking 9mm. But how many people have a 40? Yeah, 12 gauge shotgun, that's one you want too. Infamous Bob, yes, you can shoot 38s out of a 357. And that little 357 Ruger GP101 I'm looking at, for what I want to, for, a little pocket gun like that, a little 5-shot, snub nose, I don't need 357s in the chambers. I'll buy some nice 38 special, plus P fucking hollow points, See, to stop a human, you want a massive hollow point that's traveling at a subsonic rate, speed. Very slow moving with a massive hollow point. So when that bullet mushrooms, it stops. It puts on the brakes. And when a bullet puts on the brakes, it transfers all of its kinetic energy into the target. So if you shoot someone with a 357 and the bullet goes through and through, that person might still come after you. Unlikely, but they might. Whereas if you use a 38 special plus P hollow point, the victim just absorbed all the energy of that bullet putting on the brakes. They're going to be on the fucking ground. You never want to through and through when it comes to shooting humans. You want that bullet to put on the brakes, because that's what transfers energy from the bullet to the target. Now, if you're shooting deer, you want to through and through. You want to shoot them, through the, right behind the shoulder, and you want to go out the other side and penetrate both lungs. That way when they'll run 100 yards and they'll bleed out both holes and they'll drop dead. But not with a human. You want the human to absorb every foot-pound of energy that bullet has to offer. So you want something subsonic, something rather slow-moving, with a massive frontal area and a huge hollow point. Almost like shooting a grizzly. I mean, think about it. You got a grizzly charging you. Do you want to shoot a grizzly through and through? No. Absolutely not. Because that bear might be dead on his feet, charging you. Like he's dead. Like you went through his organs, bullet went through and through. But that bear is going to live for another 25 seconds. And in 25 seconds, that grizzly can kill you. Whereas if you have a bigger bullet that's going to slow down and put on the brakes inside the animal and transfer all that kinetic energy into the target, like a real good hollow point on a big bullet that's moving slow can stop a heartbeat. Because the kinetic energy, is just so massive. You don't want to shoot a grizzly, at close range with something that's screaming fast. It goes right through him. That bear is going to kill you. And then fall on top of you once it's dead. That's no good. Eric, I love lever actions 30-30s. I've had a few. For grizzly, I'd rather have a fucking 450 Marlin or a 45-70. Hey, call me a boomer, but I like big bullets. I like the 450 Marlin. My name is... Learning with Big J. What has Hamburg taught us? Hamburg has taught us that nothing. The Monster Energy drink will make your tongue hang out. I really don't want to keep bashing Hamburg. I'd like to stop talking about Hamburg altogether because I told McCuck, Adam McLeod, who's my good friend. I love Adam McLeod. I call him McCuck out of love. That I'm not ever going to forgive Hamburg for what he did, betraying the trust and running around with screenshots and trying to make himself look like the white knight, like, oh, look at what these people are saying about you. Oh, I am not like that. I think you're a great person. Dude, I wish Hamburg the best. I wish his cute little wife the best, his daughter the best, his son the best. I don't want to be friends with that guy anymore. So he's now Adam McLeod's problem. And if Hamburg insists on continuing the vacation in Delray, good luck, Hamburg. Good luck.